Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Kotar. And as you can see, we are still on the plains of Dantooine taking care of the Calfhound infestation. And I think that this area with the Metallic grounds has been explored, so let's go ahead and travel. Yeah, those are corpses. Oh, we're heading into the Grove. Uh-oh. This was not expected. Oh, this is the south area. Okay. So that leads down to the Grove. Well, maybe not. Path south, path south. There's the Grove in question. Alright, well, let's go ahead and clear out this area first. And then we can deal... Uh-oh. Looks like we overpulled here a little bit. Oh well. No worries. Let's get Zalbar and Mission dealing with their Cath, and they should be heading this direction. I've still got plenty of med packs, so I'm not that particularly worried if my health starts going down. Seth seems to be holding his own in his Jedi training. Fortunately. There, I think they've caught up with us. There they go. Well, I did all the hard work, guys. No worries. That's more XP for me. Cool. I wish these guys would be dropping some items. That'd be nice. But I guess we can't. We didn't have any loot drop from the rat ghouls, so I don't think we'd have any from these hounds either. This isn't like it was in Kotar 2, where a lot of the critters would drop loot. Being all stingy. Are we still... Oh, Lord. Zalbar, what are you doing? Running right to the Mandalorians. What is the matter with you? Hell's bells. Down, boy. Let's go ahead and get ourselves healed up. Sure. Before we go tackle any more Mandalorians. Good lord. That would have been all kinds of awkward and deadly. It looks like there's someone over there at the Grove. Might as well deal with these Mandalorians. Got a backpack. Oh, they see us. And looks like one has decided to be a hero. He all Leroy Jenkins that. I'm okay with that. He might be the nastiest one of the bunch. Apparently, if he's doing that much damage to Zalbar. Goodness.
That hurt, I bet.
There you go. Oh, Lord Seth. Everyone's so aggressive. And I don't think that we can set their behaviors either, the AI behaviors. This is pretty much what we get. And it is not wise to get in one-on-one combat with a Wookiee. Advanced repair kit, medpack. This may not have been the main Mandalorian group. Mandalorian datapad, melee shield, vibro double blade, strength amplifier. It might be. Let's go ahead and look at the items here. Mandalorian datapad. There we go. Jarg, did you remember not to take the XT model bike out today? There was something funny with one of the intakes, and I thought it could jam. Consider yourself lucky. If someone was dumb enough to take that thing out, he would have plowed right into the ground within a kilometer. Interesting. That might be something that we need to... Oh, we had another datapad. Jarg went missing in Sector B, then Riza saw someone moving south of there. Take a couple of troops and find out who it is. If they look suspicious, terminate. Oh, that might be us then. Well, let's go ahead and top off the tank. I guess the Mandalorians are further south.
Yeah?
And Zalbar, you're going to need quite a few med packs. We should have stocked up when we were in Dantooine, but I just didn't think about it. I want to hit the Grove last.
What?
Just figured that being our official Jedi thing, that it should be saved for last. Let's go ahead and check out this other section. We're still on the hunt for that droid as well. And I think... Missing companion, Mandalorian raiders. Yeah. Just gotta try and find a missing droid. Baluk. Apprentice. Your arrival here is well timed. Who are you? I am Buluk, a Jedi from the Enclave. I was sent by the Jedi Council to investigate a killing that took place here a few hours ago. Communication does not pose a problem, as both the suspects and I speak Basic and Huttese. Though you are not yet a full Jedi, perhaps you could assist me in sorting out the truth from the lies. What do you want me to do? Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I brought an information retrieval droid with access to the archives, both of the Jedi Enclave and the planetary capital. I will use my wisdom and experience to offer you some guidance, but I will not solve the case for you. There is little benefit if you do not solve this problem yourself. Consider each man's account and check the facts with the information droid. Once you've gathered all the evidence you think you need, run through the possible scenario with me. If you are unable to come up with satisfactory resolution, then I will take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. Looks like we don't have a choice in the matter, as everything goes dark. According to the accounts of the participants, these three men were out here in the field together earlier before the clouds broke. I find that very odd, for most people would seek shelter indoors when the sky is filled with dark storm clouds as it was earlier today. That is not the most puzzling aspect of the case. The dead man, Calder Netic, was shot in the back with a blaster rifle. A rifle was found lying near his body with bloodstains on it. It has been sent back to the Enclave for analysis. Two other men were found at the scene when I arrived. One was hand and gulled. He was unarmed. The other was Rickard Lassoff, who was carrying a hunting laser. Both men say they did not do anything, and that they came across the body, but both are also accused the other. Obviously there is more to this than we have been told. Is there anything else I should know? There's one last thing. When I arrived, Handon was holding his side and Rickard was favoring one of his legs. You would do well to remember this as we progress through the case. If there's anything else you need, I'll remain here while you question the witnesses. Well, CSI Dantooine. Now there's the information droid. Let's go ahead and talk to Rickard. He was the one with the hunting laser.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lassoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
I thought there were storm clouds. If there's storm clouds and it's dark outside, how is the sun in your eyes?
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you've heard of me?
Should I have?
I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there, when all of a sudden I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man Calder lying on the ground, dead.
Did you see the killer?
And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river, and I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
The body of Calder Nedic. He was apparently shot from behind with a blaster. Okay.
Greetings, apprentice. You must be the one Master Boluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid. I can assist you by accessing the records of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here on Dantooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Nedic, Ricard Lusov, and Handon Gould. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Nedic. Is there any information you require?
What did you find out about the body?
My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need?
Well, that's not vague at all. Tell me about these planes.
These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Irias are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Kathhounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by Kathhounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the plains and can provide safe refuge for those in need. Is there any other information you need?
And that seems to be all that we can get out of the droid.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Okay. Well, can we ask these guys more questions?
So, what do you want to know?
Why were you out here? Actually, Boluk said you were limping. Are you hurt?
Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So, what do you want to know?
Now, I think we'll probably get the same account here, but what did you see happen?
Well, I was out hunting Irias south of here.
Yeah.
I shot, and when I came over here, I found Handon standing over the body, holding his side. There wasn't an Irias in sight. I think he might have taken it. Calder must have been hunting it himself, because there was a rifle lying close to the body. Boluk's got that now. Mine, too. I want that back. So, what do you...
And why? We already know why he was out here, but let's just ask him.
I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting some Irias. Haven't seen many in the area recently. Was in my blind a little south of here when I spotted one, like I said before. I shot, and pow, it went down. Now I don't have nothing.
Okay.
So.
Grumble, grumble.
Right.
So let's talk to Handon and see why he's favoring his side.
How can I be of further assistance?
Are you injured?
Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bantha. I run. I don't know if I mentioned that.
So he's just flat out denying that he's hurt.
How can I be of further assistance? Well, actually, I didn't see anything. I was over across the bridge. I heard a shot and came over. I can tell you I was sure surprised to see Calder's body lying there. I just got here when I saw Rickard coming out of the rocks holding his blaster. I was terrified. I had no idea what he was going to do, so I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave. Master Boluk came out here with his droid and started questioning us. I think he really doesn't understand what's going on. I hope that you'll be able to make a more informed decision and get me out of here soon. I have things I have to do. How can I...
And why were you out here?
I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there.
Do you often run around the plains?
Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always say. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Talk to the droid, and then we'll have a chat with our Jedi friend.
Is there any other information?
Nope, nothing there. Now, he said his blind... Ack! You may leave if you wish, but if you do, I will have no choice but to tell the Jedi Council that you lack the wisdom to solve this case. Well, fine. I want to discuss the murder. Very well. We should start at the beginning. If we find the truth behind each piece of the puzzle, we will no doubt resolve the case. Haddon said that he was nearby and heard a shot and ran over, only to find Calder already dead. He said Rickard came out of the shadow of the rocks holding a blaster in his hands. Rickard said he was hunting Iriaz, saw one through the glare of the sun, and shot at it. It is possible that Rickard may have shot Calder accidentally and Haddon may have found the body, but that seems a very unlikely explanation. It is more likely that at least one of them is lying. Obviously, one of these men is not telling us something, but where does the truth lie? Right now, Rickard is lying for sure. Why do you believe that? It was cloudy. There was no sun glare. Yes, well done. It was very cloudy this morning. If it had happened as Rickard said, the sun would have not been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard in a bit of a lie. It seems I was correct in assuming you could help me with this case. This lie doesn't prove Rickard is guilty, but I think you may have taken the first step in unraveling this mystery. We should proceed on to the next point. We need to find a motive for the killing. Maybe you should talk to the men about their relationship with the victim. Okay. Well, I think that's the first phase done.
So, what do you want to know?
Did you know the victim?
Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slimeball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So, what do you want to know?
Why would someone want to kill him?
You Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usually the right one. Can't you see that it must have been Haddon? I found him standing over the damned body. I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy.
You're a nice person.
Right.
How can I be of further assistance?
Did you know the victim?
I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. How can I be of further assistance?
Why would someone want to kill him?
Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut. A hut here on Dantooine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. Of course, of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Let's check with the droid.
Is there any other information you need?
Ah. What can you tell me about Calder and Rickard?
According to the municipal authorities near the Garang spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Netic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need?
Well, that kind of, they did tell the truth there. I think Rickard did. Now, what about Calder and Haddon?
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Netic and Mr. Gold. Is there any other information you need?
So, Haddon lied.
Very well. I will be here to assist you.
Okay, so we've caught Rickard in a lie, and now Haddon in a lie. Let's go ahead and let Baluk know. We know Rickard lied about the sun blinding him while he was shooting, but we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship. Handon told me he barely knew the victim. On the other hand, Rickard and the victim were business partners. However, according to Rickard, they got along quite well. On the surface, neither man seems to have a motive for killing Calder. Actually, both of them are lying, but let's go ahead and rock out Handon is lying. Why do you believe that? He had rented a speeder with Calder. The Southwood Company's record did say that Calder and Handon had rented a land speeder together several times. This shows that he did in fact know the victim, but this hardly counts as a motive for murder. I'm afraid I can't accept your judgment on this point. Supposition does not equal evidence. If you are unable to deduce the facts of this case, I will have to take these men to the Enclave and deal with this myself. But since you have talked to the suspects, there is no harm in you trying a bit more. Man, he's harsh. Well, let me try something else then. Then Rickard is lying. They had a fight over business matters. It is not unusual for business partners to disagree sometimes, but if you found proof Calder was cheating him, things could escalate to violence. Well, that certainly is a motive for murder. The case is taking shape. However, you mustn't jump to any quick conclusions. Perhaps we should now focus on the murder weapon itself. You're the one who's wanting to automatically go to the Enclave and tell me I failed. You might want to see what information the witnesses and the information droid can provide you about the blaster found near the body. Okay, next step.
So, what do you want to know?
What about the weapon found by the body?
That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Echani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. Always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. So,
You thought Calder was cheating you.
now I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are.
You can't deny it. Or you can deny it, but there was some bad blood between you.
Right.
Oh, okay. You did not want to hear that.
How can I be of further assistance?
You knew Calder better than you admit. You rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in? Why?
My wife was cheating on me with him.
Oh.
I slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime. How can I be of further assistance?
What do you know about the weapon?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cath hounds around. Even an Iriaz can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance?
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and call that good.
Of course. Listen, if you need anything, I shall be glad to assist.
Let's check with the droid.
Is there any other information you need?
Is there a report of Handon's blaster being stolen?
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need?
Yeah. Tell me about the weapon found at the scene.
We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
No, that's about all that I need from that. The blaster is Handon's, and he lied about it being stolen. So we've caught Handon in a lie. Interesting. But I think we may need one final piece of the puzzle. There was a blood sample on the weapon that you'd been sent back to analysis just before you arrived. Perhaps you can inquire with the information droid about it. So this might be the last step.
Is there any other information you need?
Blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need?
Well, tell me about the blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis.
Oh.
The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's.
Bacterial
Unfortunately,
contaminant.
We cannot get any. Is there?
Okay.
Very well.
How can I be of further assistance?
Let me check on that side injury again.
Injured? How can I...
You wanted to kill Calder for having an affair with your wife.
Knock his block off, maybe, sure, but not kill him. Oh my. I hope you don't find that incriminating. You know, normally I'm not prone to outbursts like that, but Calder, Mr. Neddick, he was not a very nice person. Not a very nice person to me or my family. I had had my suspicions for several weeks, but had no proof until 2 days ago. It seems Calder was seeing my wife, right under my nose, no less. But...
Almost
I
literally.
may hate him for that. I could not kill him. It may have been my own... I was just out...
Okay.
Of course.
So we have a bacterial sample that became degraded, unfortunately. I assume the blood on the weapon belongs to the victim, but I want to be thorough. What have you learned about the blood on the weapon? It didn't belong to the victim. That is surprising. So the blood must belong to one of the suspects, but which one? Ooh. It's Rickard's blood, Handon's blood. I think it'd be Handon's blood to on his side, because he just sprained his ankle. Let's go ahead and go with Handon. Why do you believe that? He's clutching his side. Handon has been moving oddly since I arrived. Perhaps we should examine him a little more closely.
Hey, what are you doing?
There's blood. Handon appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound to his side. It seems there's only one likely scenario. Rickard killed Calder for cheating him in business. While shooting Calder, he must have also hit Handon by accident. No, Handon is the guilty one? No, they are both guilty. I kind of forgot where this one goes, but... So there was a... Let's go ahead and say they're both guilty. A bold conclusion. One most people would not arrive at. But we are not like most people. We are Jedi. Still, I would like to know how you came to this conclusion. We know Calder was cheating Rickard in business, but what positive motive could Handon have for wanting Calder dead? Handon admitted that Calder was having an affair with his wife. Yes, well done. Both men had a reason to want Calder dead. This is my theory of this morning's events. Both men knew Calder would be out here this morning and each plotted to kill him. Handon found him first and shot him because of the affair Calder was having with his wife. Shortly after, Rickard arrived on the scene. From a distance, he saw Handon and thought it was Calder, so he shot him in retaliation for the credits Calder had cheated him out of in their business. Handon would have dropped his blaster, the one we found at the scene covered in blood. He probably thought Rickard was going to kill him, so he called us, hoping he could convince us it was Rickard.
Damn you. Damn both of you.
That's enough. The culpability of both of you in the murder and attempted murder of Calder Neddick is evident. Additionally, Rickard Lucev can be charged with aggravated assault and attempted murder of Handon Guld. I place both of you under the arrest of the Jedi Order and will escort you to the holding facilities in the Jedi Enclave. You've done well here. It's obvious you've been studying your lessons carefully. I'll be sure to inform the Jedi Council of your performance in this little test. Good day, and may the Force be with you. Ugh, that was exhausting. See, I was trying to wonder which path was definitely the best in that regard, and we got 1,300 experience points out of that. Good stuff. I'd completely forgot that was there. I knew there was a murder mystery somewhere in the game, but I didn't realize we'd hit it so early. But I'll tell you what, we still have a little bit more of the plains to discover, and then we'll go ahead and head to the Grove in the next episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed our little courtroom session. But if you guys liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.